Are we doing this?
I mean, we're recording. We're already 4 or 5 seconds in. Yeah.
We're doing this.
Like what? Recording?
No, we're doing a press play in San Diego at San Diego Comic-Con.
We are.
Why is this not like a big deal to you?
I think it would be cooler if we had like better background stuff in our accoutrements and stuff.
Nico, we try. This is us trying.
I mean,
as you can hear, stuff in the background. This is as good as this will get last minute.
Special thanks to our hotel who provided no support for us, as they shouldn't. I'm just saying.
In their defense,
they don't know we're doing this.
We did not ask.
Yeah.
We just jury rigged and went someplace to shoot this for y'all.
Yeah.
For however many people watch this, we did this for you.
We did.
Because I want to get out of the room.
Oh, there we go.
Slide it a little bit more so we can see more of you.
I mean, this is about as good as it gets. I'm fat. You're not gonna be able to.
Oh, you gave me a challenge. God damn it! I used to be strong.
I used to be a lot. Yeah. Just telling you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It is what it was. I was trying not to have that happen, but yeah.
We'll just take one of these.
I'll just take one of these. You didn't even announce what this was. Anyway, yeah, we're here, San Diego Comic-Con 2023. It is in effect. As we tape this, this is the end of day 2. For some people, it's probably the beginning of day 3, where they decide to go out to Hall H or not. Hopefully, you guys have been seeing all of our content on. We've been really posting a lot of stuff on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Even YouTube. We put up some YouTube shorts.
Yeah,
new things we haven't done before, but that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been so on the floor. I've been taking videos, and I've seen other people put shorts up, and I was like, oh, let me try this, because I understand that some people are Instagram fans, some people are YouTube fans, and I know you guys.
We got to reach them where we can get them.
We get basically. So
yeah.
So there's been a couple of things. There's been a lot of things I've seen that I've taken videos of that I've been posting on Instagram and thought, oh, my bad. Y'all need to see on YouTube. So I'm going to go back and post all of these things on YouTube as well. Speaking of those things, they were from Premium Collectors. It was a Morgan statue from Darkstalkers, a Aurora Monroe Storm, which, not going to lie, made me question whether or not it was worth being married, because the statue's $1,100, and I thought about for a second, if I bought this, would she file paperwork?
Oh, you meant from like a fiscal standpoint. I thought you meant like some sort of sexual deviancy thing.
The statue did look good.
Okay, there we go. All right.
So they also have a Tony Todd Candyman. They have a beautiful blade, a couple of RoboCop, and a amazing bust of Chun-Li. So Premium Collectors, check them out. They're along the same lines of like a Sideshow statue, Ironworks. So yeah.
What about like Kotobukiya?
Their Kotobukiya is nice. They're more of a budget friendly.
Okay, got it.
These are $1,100 and up.
Okay, gotcha.
This is stuff for like your premium collectors. Hence why it's called Premium Collectors. These are people who don't mind spending $1,000 base for a statue. So that's what you're going to see on the shorts, and I'm going to post some more stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess kind of to give you guys a lay of the land. Like I said, we're in our hotel now. Nice hotel.
Good job, man.
Man, if I could tell all the stories, the first time we came to Comic-Con, this is the hotel I wanted to stay in.
The first time you came?
No, the first time. Well, no, this is the hotel I usually stay in. And then when I came with you, why didn't we get this hotel?
I have no idea. 6 years ago, a lot of things have happened.
It's his fault we didn't get this hotel. It is. I could tell y'all stories. It's his fault.
How is this my fault?
Because I was waiting on you. You were like, we're going to try and do this Airbnb thing because you thought that would be a better deal than doing the hotel. And then we found out that Airbnb is racist.
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
I didn't. Because I was like, man, we in this crappy hotel when we could have been in this nice hotel. I knew the difference.
That was a crappy hotel?
I think it's compared to this. I think this hotel's better.
Y'all. Michael's bougie. We are staying in the luxury of hotels.
It's not luxury. This is a 3 to 4 star hotel.
Let me tell you how nice this is. So when I flew in on my flight, I flew United. No, I flew American. I flew in, and my pilots, my what do you call them?
Flight attendants.
Flight attendants. My entire flight crew rode with me on the Sheraton shuttle to the hotel. They got off at the second hotel, which is not as nice as this one. And they got money.
I mean, also, the hotel is like 10 minutes from the airport, so that's probably why they decided to stay here.
No, I got off here. They got off at the next one.
Yeah, which is like 2 minutes away.
Yeah, Bay Towers is not as nice as this.
I've been in both of them. It's all right.
Nah, this is nicer.
Well, yeah, this is the flag. It doesn't matter. Y'all don't care about that tangent. Y'all know what y'all get when y'all came here.
Yeah, this is awful.
Yeah. So I mean, this is. Well, I was trying to go through and just think about how many Comic Cons, because in my mind, I'm an old hat at this, right? I've been doing this so long, and I was trying to go back.
You were my Sherpa in this.
I was trying to think how many I had been to. So I went to shameless plug of Shutterfly, just like my album of photos and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think I started going in 2013. So this is like now my 6th Comic Con. But yeah, I believe so. Let me see.
That was 2 years before the flood.
Yeah. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is now my 6th Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con. This is your second. I mean, you tell me, man, how does it feel? Do you notice a difference from this one to the one you went to before?
Yes.
In what way?
There's a writers and actors strike going on right now.
Are you feeling that though?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So let's go through. We've already talked about the actors and writers strike. Shameless plug. Good part, which I know the video that we did about that. Excuse me. The reason why I say we are feeling it is because there would be so many other things going on with different writers, actors, producers, directors. Now the Directors Guild did not strike, but some of them have canceled because they're in solidarity.
Sure.
So like there's usually Hall H has a big deal. So you have you've told me about Hall H. I've never been. So Marvel has skipped out. Warner Brothers has skipped out. A lot of different places have skipped out. So they would have like different events going on with all of these different people and creatives going on, which would pull people off the floor. So the floor was a little easier to navigate from my memory, but memories are bad. That's why it's good to write things down. But I don't remember it being this packed on the floor itself. Also, when you leave the hotel, there's cool things going on. There's Whatnot, an Interview with the Vampire, Fires of Rubicon. There's different things going on, but it's not movie related. It's not television show related. A lot of it. It's like, hey, come see this cool thing. But like we interviewed Lucas Till and George Eats. Is that what's his name?
Maybe.
When we came here last time, they were in a pedal car riding around promoting MacGyver.
Mm-hmm.
We saw so many different stars, and that pulled people away from the floor. Now you go to the artist, everybody's there. So that, to me, that is a difference.
Okay.
But again, I'm a novice. I'm a version of this, so new novice. This is not my area of expertise. This is your domain.
For me, it definitely feels a little bit different. I tweeted out a photo maybe yesterday or the day before. I guess day one of the con, showing a empty queue line for where Hall H people would go, which is not normally. It's tough because it was the first day. So I don't know if it would have been filled up when I took the photo, but it was just weird to see such an empty line because normally you see lines are the queue lines packed with people waiting to get into Hall H for whatever panel it is, but it was like a completely empty field where just people wait, or a spot where people could wait for Hall H stuff. The second day, I guess this is the second day technically, so day one because we're preview night. Thursday, then I walked around the outside of Comic-Con and kind of walked around San Diego proper, Gaslamp Quarter, all that kind of stuff. And like you said, there's a bunch of activations out there. I saw the Transformers, what's the name of the Rise of the Beast? Beast of the Beast Wars, Beast Morphers, whatever, doesn't matter. Skinwalkers, whatever.
It's the best Transformers live action movie, in my opinion.
There we go. I went to that activation, went out there, saw that, walked around and got some really good tacos from this place called the Taco Stand. I think it's a chain because there's a bunch of them around. But this,
I hope it gives you stomach problems.
I mean, that was a couple of days ago. I feel like it should have happened by now.
I know, but I still wish it happened. Because I like to look for it. and you just said taco stand when you told me about it. And I typed in taco stand, and like 5 of them showed up. So
I think I also told you like the address.
you did not.
Go check your receipts. I
You can
think
check. Anyway, he told me taco stand, and I couldn't find it. So
I said the taco stand, not taco stand. I mean, if I told you the wrong thing, I at least told you what it was correctly called, the taco stand.
There were 3 to 5 the taco stand showed up.
Because I think it's a chain.
So I went to Korean barbecue, which was good actually. So, but I still
So in a way, you're welcome.
no, because I wanted tacos.
Nobody's stopping you from going to tacos.
I want the tacos you described to me.
Why didn't you go to the taco stand?
Because the one I went to was not the one you described to me.
Did you go inside?
Yes, I did. It was not that one. And then when I asked you about it, you showed me the picture, and I was like, no, that's not the one I found.
But you don't even know if those tacos were good or not.
I was not willing to chance it.
You're in San Diego. You're probably going to find a good taco spot. Besides that, I'm trying to think. The floor to me was probably about, it feels like it kind of about the same as it always is. Wednesday's preview night, that was a little bit slower because not as many people get the preview pass.
That's slower?
Yeah. Not people who have gone to Comic-Con and people who really know, let me know, but I'm pretty sure they give out less passes on preview night, I believe.
Really?
I think so. Or maybe they give, yeah, I would imagine so.
You blew my mind just now.
For me, the difference is this year there was nothing that I was like, ooh, I'm gonna camp out overnight or wait 8 hours, sleep in a sleeping bag, because I've done that before.
Because you've told me about that. You bought a lot of your Power Ranger stuff and took Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff here.
Yeah, and none of that stuff was really here this year.
Question: do you think it's none of it's really here, or you're just smarter with your money?
No, because I'm about to tell you the story how about this stupid Iron Man figure that I don't need.
You did need that.
I didn't, and the reason why I didn't need it is because it was from last year's convention. It's not even 2023; it's 2022.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I didn't either till I bought it. I was like, "Ooh, this is a Comic-Con exclusive or a convention exclusive." It's like, well, yeah, from last year's convention. So, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, it's a nice figure, but I'm not like an Iron Man collector.
From
So,
Beast Studios.
or Beast Kingdom.
Beast Kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a nice figure,
is
but
nice.
I'm not really an Iron Man
I
person.
like the Spider-Man one more.
That one's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was cool. And they still got them available. You can pick it up tomorrow if you
I
want.
will not.
You say that. I don't know.
It's son. I'm trying to keep my marriage.
I had
Just declare that I was willing to risk it for a storm statue.
I have spent more in food than I have in convention stuff.
I did not know food was so expensive.
You really don't have a bad memory, because that's what it was last time we came. Food is expensive.
Do not remember that.
Yeah.
Also, I did not buy as much food from the hotel because we were closer.
Sure.
And so, like, once you get to the hotel, you're like, oh, I'm hungry. And then you go to the bar and you're like, beers are $10. And I was like,
Oh, you know what we should have done if we were smart? We should have brought the exclusives that we bought to show on the thing.
well,
But this was a kind of improv. Oh, yeah, you sent
I,
yours.
I mailed mine. But
Yeah.
I did bring this to talk about and a couple of things that I bought. So we'll get to the Here's Her Universe fashion show in a minute. But I did bring this. We talk about exclusives. So I met this gentleman. His name is Larry. This is the shirt.
Does Larry have a last name?
He does, but I don't remember. I think
Okay.
it's Robertson or Robinson. But I bought this shirt because, wait for it. It's called Dope. Do you see that?
Mhm.
Is that okay.
Yep.
It's called Depicting Our People's Excellence. And the reason-
Experience.
Thank you. Might have had too many of those.
No, it is excellence. I'm drunk.
You said that shit with so much
I did.
authority. Hey, hey, boys and girls, remember, if you say it with authority, people will believe
Mhm.
it. 'Cause I bought this. I knew what it said, and I believe him.
You did.
That's the power of confidence.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I bought this. There's a Kickstarter that this gentleman is doing. It's called Dope. It's Dope Series 1. And he's doing a Kickstarter called Stagecoach Baron Bass Reeves 1/6 scale articulated figures. But the shirts, whether the Kickstarter gets funded or not, it doesn't matter. He has a lot of shirts, and I bought this because I thought this was so amazing. Again, check this out. We'll put in the comments a link to this. But anyway, and we'll put his Instagram because I follow him on Instagram. But I bought this, and pretty much I only bought T-shirts because I wanted that. What can I get that no one else can get? That no one else can while I'm here, that I can't get someplace else.
Mhm.
So I was trying to stay away from anything that I can order online and get. I probably do that today with maybe 2 of the action figures I bought. But I saw them. The bug hit me. I had to have them.
Yeah, for me, when as the list was coming out for all the exclusives, I was kind of excited because I was kind of excited and disappointed because there's nothing I really wanted. But that means, oh, I'm gonna save a little bit of money. And what it came down to is I thought I was going to buy two different pop figures. There is a combination Ninja Turtles Power Ranger figure. It's Shredder with a Green Ranger variant, some mutation.
Oh, not the amalgamation ones. It's just two of them.
No. It's like a combo person. It's like Shredder
yes.
wearing like a Green Ranger.
Yes.
Yes.
So I believe isn't that from the new? Is it Titan or Boom Studios comic line?
Oh, I have no clue.
Anyway, so there is a comic line where the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles form into one, and each Ninja Turtle / Power Ranger. I sent you the. Did you not check out the comic? Did I send you?
Clearly, no. Anyway, I was going to get that figure, and then there was a Bleach. There was a Ichigo Kurosaki full hollowed out mask in his Bankai form or whatever that I thought was kind of cool. And they were part of an exclusives portal from UCC distribution. And I ended up not getting it because I was like, I don't really need it. And I thought I wasn't going to spend any money, but eventually I did, and I bought the Iron Man figure, which again, nice figure, but I don't need it. But yeah, there we go. We still got 2 more days. We got a Saturday, we got a Sunday. So I mean, will I buy more stuff? I don't know.
So for me, I'm a real big fan of panels. I'm a real big fan of like listening to creators and people and like going to things that I probably couldn't go to at home. So one of the big things that happened was because we came out of press pass, we were inundated with pressing mails, people saying, hey, come interview us, come check this out. And one of the things I've always been a fan of is Ashley Eckstein's Her Universe line. It's a line of clothing that a company that she owns, I believe she owns it, and that I found her because she is the voice of Ahsoka Tano, and that is my favorite Star Wars character. Everything she does, I follow, and we got Her Universe had a fashion show, and I was like, "Hey, Michael, let's go to that." And Mike was like, "Yeah," and then he ditched me. He left me to fend for myself at a fashion show.
Because you were a grown 40-year-old man.
44-year-olds.
Okay, even more.
But I wanted his help because I wanted somebody else to cover with me and talk about it. And he didn't show up. But for you guys, right here, I'm going to show you the swag bag that they gave everybody who showed up. I'm going to show a couple things in this bag. So when you got there, they have partnerships with everybody. So here's a belt. It is a Marvel 2 belt. Hold that. You mind being a white, sir? A Mickey fruit keychain. Yeah, they're quick, man. Vanna's quick.
Vanna ain't out here holding no whips and chains belts and stuff. I'm just saying.
There you go. Hold that. You see that? We have Encanto. I don't know what that is. Show the people.
Isabel.
Yep.
That's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, 2 of my favorites.
Or actually, wait, is that the main character?
Yeah. Wait, go back. No, that's not.
Isabella Madrigal. Yeah, that's not the main character.
The fig pin that I got, which is the Mandalorian, from the Mandalorian, but it's actually Boba Fett. And then there's a D23 official fan club.
Now, question: did you get this because you were part of the press,
No.
or because you went to the fashion show?
Because you went to the fashion
Got
show.
it. Got it.
It was at the Grand Hyatt on the strip, and the press got there, got to sit early, and got to cover, all those different things. And then, like, if we had better equipment, which we're working for, so like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to get it because the one thing
you want us to have a better setup.
Let me tell you why. Because Ashley Eckstein, with her friend Michael James Scott, said, "Close your eyes, see that ball in the sky. Close your eyes and wish upon that star." And I did, as our eyes are closed right now, and I believe we're going to be big. So anyway, refrigerator magnet, lucky. D23 label, some sunglasses from Ariel Sunglasses.
Okay, so now we're getting into crap. All right, cool.
That's not crap, man. That's cool.
You wearing these?
I'll actually go get that to my son.
Okay.
He'll wear anything.
You'll wear
These
anything.
Princess and the Frog earrings, which are pretty cool. Sorry, they came off. There we go.
I mean, don't take it out of your thing.
No, they fell off.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to put them back in there. Nice little box, man. Like, and then it has like a little purse thing in the bottom. I don't know much about earrings. I got maybe she was 20 years
Oh,
old.
Rock Love. I know that's a company.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I bought a bunch of Rock Love stuff before.
Oh, cool. So that and some stickers and a Mickey pumpkin makeup brush holder, which you can use for makeup, or you can take the brushes out and give it to somebody and use it as
A bomb?
I mean, we're all in California.
I was like, just saying.
Another. And some pins, Vote Loki. Basically, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. So this was the swag bag that they gave me. Set that aside. With great power comes great responsibility. They had a lot of partners. Put us all like that. So this was the swag bag that you got. Everybody got it who got a chair. They gave away a lot of different things, prizes. I mean, for Sideshow, they gave away a 3-day, 2-night trip to Disneyland to their news resort. They gave away tickets to. I mean, it was a really fun time.
On your Galaxy's Edge, right?
Yeah, because they shut it down.
Yeah.
But this is the new one that they had.
Okay.
And then they gave away tickets to Broadway, the Broadway show Lion King in Latin. Michael James Scott is the genie on Broadway. He was there as the co-host. I did not know, but him and Ashley go way back to 9th grade. So they've been friends for a long time. But anyway, this was the swag bag. Michael, this is your swag bag. Yeah.
This is my swag bag.
Yeah, I have one. I got that. That's the swag bag you would have gotten if you would have came. So that's yours, just for you. As a penance for not coming, I'm taking your Ahsoka pin. This is mine.
Okay.
But that is your swag bag. Do what you want with it. So yeah, I brought it back to the room.
Nice. This is touching.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I see how I got that dude to do my work. So
You came out on top. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Anyway, the fashion show was nice. I took videos of every single contestant. One of the cool things about it was one of the contestants, I had no idea. As I was out there doing the fashion show, which was so cool. So I made a duplicate copy of, so you got to vote. So they were broken up into 5 different groups. Each one has its own vignette talking about how they got started and this is how I voted.
Let's see.
You can't tell. So
Yeah,
one of
you're just not
the
gonna work with the glare, but
I'll post a picture on Instagram. So one of the women, Brianna Corinne for Way of Water from Avatar, is from South Carolina. So that was so cool, and I got to meet her. And then the woman who won the judges competition was Rachel Peterson, who did a totally mini outfit. The woman who won the audience poll was Raven K, and she did Mistress of the Elements Storm. And so it was all of them were cool. All of them are winners in my book, but this was the ballot sheet. I made a copy of it so I could show you. But it was a really good time. And that's what to me, that's what Comic-Con is. Going to these panels, seeing these people and meeting different people. I've met a lot of people.
because when is the masquerade ball?
There's a masquerade ball?
Yeah, like her universe isn't even like the biggest Comic-Con fashion show. Well,
I take it back.
Really?
This probably is more of a fashion show. The other thing is more of like
a ball. So it's probably like a D23 or something.
well, there's something here. I think it's called the Comic-Con Masquerade. I don't know when it is.
Son, I need to find a ticket back.
You might be upset because I think it's when you have all of our big plans. I think it might be Saturday. I think it usually is on Saturday.
But anyway, so I bring that up to say this was a good event. Like Ashley Eckstein, like the platform she was able to give these designers and creators. And basically, what happens is the 2 people who won We're going to get to design a fashion
Saturday, 8:30.
Ashley, next year, 10th year.
It
I'll be
runs 2.5 hours,
I'll be there.
and it's in Ballroom 20.
Speak it into existence. I'll be there. We'll be there.
Okay,
We're going to be there.
there we go.
10th year anniversary. We're going to be there. Dressed up. I already know my costume. It's going to be the Hellfire Gala, something from that line. I'm going to have it designed. Anyway, I enjoyed going. That's what I loved about Comic-Con, going to these panels, seeing these things, seeing people who, like I said, I was excited. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, on this list, a lot of people came from the South. And I don't know if you guys know, we're not normally known for fashion. Like, the South is normally known for, like, think about it, stereotypically, the South is not known for, we're always considered to be, it's always the metropolitan areas, the New York, the LAs. When you think of fashion, you're not thinking of South Carolina, you're not thinking of Kentucky.
I
You're not
mean,
thinking,
I don't know. I'm thinking of Sergio all the time.
true, but that's because we
I
know
hear his
Sergio.
name.
Yeah, because we hear his name. But the reason why Sergio was so big is because the people he designed. But it's so fascinating because he's from the South. He's from South Carolina. That's not normally where you pluck people.
Sure.
So it was a really good time, and I really enjoyed it. And it was Ahsoka,
Mhm.
and Hasbro was there. They gave away her new lightsabers from Hasbro Pulse. They gave away 2 sets. Captain Carter's shield. They gave that away. It was a really nice time.
For me, the biggest thing that I really like about Comic-Con, which I haven't done this year, is when you go to those, like, go to panels or go to different things, you end up, like, if you put yourself out there, you end up finding people that are like-minded and similar, and you're like, oh, this is somebody from across the world or a different state,
Yeah.
and you'll chat about stuff because
Mhm.
you're all about nerd about something. I'm thinking about the times I would sit back and camp out outside of Hall H or
Mhm.
whatever, trying to get those different exclusives, and you meet somebody like, oh, they may not be in the same line.
Or they're not going to get the same exclusive, but they're doing the same thing. Like, I'm trying to go to Mattel to grab whatever this thing is. I'm trying to go to Hasbro. These other people are trying to go to Entertainment Earth or something, grab exclusives. So you kind of just meet people and share, for lack of a better term, war stories or whatever about the different things they've done at conventions. And it's really nice to kind of meet people and just share that camaraderie with them.
Yeah.
Another big thing is, and I tweeted about this on our Twitter page, sometimes even if you don't know somebody, you have a like-minded goal with them, because I tweeted a bunch of photos today of people that didn't know each other, but they came together for photos because, oh, these are 2 Harley Quinns, or these are all people in the DC universe, or these people in the Mario universe. So it's just nice to see people who don't know each other come together and just swap stories and take photos and stuff. So I think that's fun.
So that's what happened at the Her Universe fashion show. So, like, when I showed up, the press got to sit first, and I picked a spot, and there were women sitting right here, and there was a group of women sitting over here. But the most intriguing thing was there was 2 women sitting in front of me, and they were just talking. And one of them was, like, very animated. The other woman, she was just talking to, and I thought that was her friend. Come to find out later, they didn't even fucking know each other. They exchanged information after the fashion show, and they were like, "You were a great seatmate." No, you were a great seatmate. And I was like, these MFers don't even know each other, but they had such a great time. One of the women that I met, her friend was in the fashion show, so she was cheering for her, and the other girl was cheering for her. And then it was just an amazing experience. And, like, when people won, no one seemed to be, I mean, if they weren't sitting next to me. No one seemed to be like, oh, I didn't win. Everybody was cheering. Like, a matter of fact, when there were times in the room when one of the people won. And again, I didn't know who this person was. So let's say I'm sitting here. The person who won was all the way over there on the other side of the boardroom. Ashley and Michael, who were co-hosts, didn't see him. The entire floor would point them out. They're over there. And people would cheer and yell and wave. And it was just a really amazing experience. So,
Very cool.
one of the things that I thought was really cool is, again, when you're on the floor, you get to find out about so many different things. I love, like you talked about, that common shared experience. So, like, if you guys are new, I love Cyberpunk. I was invested in it, thought it was going to be game of the year. It came out, it wasn't, yada, yada. So I went by the booth, and picked up this flyer. And I talked to the guy, and he was like, "Hey man, we're selling shirts for $5. They were Cyberpunk shirts." And we just struck up a conversation. He's like, "What are you playing right now?" He's like, "Are you playing the expansion?" I said, "Not yet. I'm playing Dying Light 2." And he was like, "Oh man, I rushed through it. I finished the campaign. Now I'm going back." And I was like, I'm the opposite. I'm doing everything and stopped playing the campaign. And we bonded over that.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Hey man, here's a card, 15% off." And we were just talking, I went, the future of Black creativity. So this is a panel that's happening on Saturday. Sanford Green, a friend of the show, but also one of the guys who's putting on is the guy from Black Heroes Matter. He's the guy who wears a shirt like Black Lives Matter, Black Heroes Matter. I met him, chopped it up. He's like, "Hey man, we got to do something. We got to connect." That was cool. And then one of the biggest things that I got to talk to was a guy who's putting on, his name is David Baxter. He is with Legion M. They're the people who put together the William Shatner documentary. They're doing a Kickstarter for Robert Smalls. This man doesn't know me. I met him, introduced myself, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm from South Carolina." He's like, "Hey, you got to come." I was like, I went to Robert Smalls Middle School. The Kickstarter's about this man, a former slave, who, the guy is a superhero. But it was so amazing that this man who doesn't know me, he's putting this together. I meet him. He's like, "Hey, you've got to come to this panel. You've got to meet the descendant of Robert Smalls." And I'm like, this is what Comic-Con's about, meeting different people over just some of the most insane things you would never think. Like the 6 degrees of separation is what's amazing. That you get the bond over stuff that, anime. He had an Indiana Jones cosplay. And we talked about that, the love of the movie. He was like, "Have you seen it? Did you got to go see it?" And that's what I love about Comic-Con.
Yeah. And the fact that Leroy was able to talk with this person and communicate with them and connect with them will lead to other opportunities for us, which is cool to be able to interview everybody. That's a part of the Robert Smalls stuff that they're trying to release for everybody. So I think that's very awesome. Did you miss not seeing the actors?
Yes and no. I miss it because when we came the last time, it was such a big part of it. We worked for a CBS affiliate, so we got to meet Brian Fuller. This is when he was working for CBS and Paramount. And this was the beginning of the Star Trek universe that you see now with Michael Burnham, Michelle Yeoh on that first his name is Jason Isaacs. Thank you, Jason Isaacs. And the first series, and then you see it develop into
Strange New Worlds?
Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks. What's the other show? There's another show.
The cartoon show?
Yeah, the cartoon
The
show.
kid show? Prodigy?
Prodigy, Star Trek Prodigy. So it was like, it was so cool meeting him and then him being energized by the Star Trek fandom. Then we got to go to the 50th anniversary panel. I miss it for that aspect because there were so many things we got to see and do. Star Trek Beyond, we got to go to that exclusive. You got to meet Dan Murrell.
Mm-hmm.
Had no idea who Dan Murrell was, and Screen Junkies, and then they turned into Phantom Entertainment. I'm now a fan of Dan Murrell. I watch him every week for the Charts with Dan. That's the kind of stuff I do miss, seeing the actors and stuff and then having them promote. But I don't miss it because there's so much else going on.
Sure.
So you see what I'm saying? That catch-22.
Yeah. I mean, I guess to be a fanboy for the city of San Diego for a minute, like the city is just nice. Living on the East Coast, living in Columbia, South Carolina, where it's famously hot, it's just nice to be on the West Coast, on the ocean, more or less. And you deal with like 70-degree weather, 80-degree weather.
It never rains in Southern California. They tell me.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's just, it's nice to, granted, I mean, it can still be hot from the extent of
I had to buy shorts.
walking everywhere. But I mean, it's nice weather for the most part. It feels great, especially just right here in the city of San Diego, not going into the desert and the mountains and all that stuff. Um, but there's just so much to do in and around. Like before, so you came day of preview night. I came in the day before
You
Tuesday.
came Monday.
No, Tuesday.
Oh, you came Tuesday? Okay.
Yeah, I was off Monday. I came in Tuesday.
Okay.
But that Tuesday, I just kind of went to some other places. Like I got to check out La Jolla. Went to the beach there.
Katie knew when you went.
Oh, cool.
Because my wife has been here 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to La Jolla Cove and saw some seals just being seals. It was weird. I don't know how else to describe it. They were just out there on the rocks, and people were. I was hoping one seals was going to attack the people. Like, yeah, just attack these people.
Funniest thing is, whenever I think of seals, one thing I think of is Finding Dory.
Oh.
Idris Elba was a seal, and they were mad at Joe when he went to get on the rock with him. Whenever I think of seals, that's all I think of.
Yeah, but I mean, it was cool to be out there. Had some great food out here so far. As much as we talk about how expensive it is, like at the hotel food and around the convention, if you're willing to travel outside, you can find cheap food, good food for cheap prices. But yeah, it's been a really good experience. I'm excited for tomorrow and Sunday. Maybe I'll hit up a panel. I don't know. There's really nothing this year that I was gonna like, ooh, this is a panel I want to see. And I think that's probably because a lot of the Hall H stuff was canceled. Now, granted, a lot of the Hall H stuff was canceled before the strike happened, but still.
See, for me, I'm not a real big. Not that I like Hall H, I guess, is a big deal. Like, the only Hall H panel, honestly, that I wanted to see was Aliens, the 30th anniversary when we came, but we had to work and we had to cover Star Trek, which was still a good thing. Like, I got to meet William Shatner, Michael Dorn, Scott Bakula. I got to meet Gene Roddenberry's son, who's a producer. I got to meet all these different people. 7 and 9. Jerry Ryan.
Jerry Ryan, like, please say her name.
I know her as 7 of 9. So it's like I got to meet all these people, but I wanted to go to Hall H because that was the 30th anniversary of, no, 4th anniversary of Aliens. And that is my movie. That is my movie. So, and I'm talking Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, Lance Henriksen, all these people were here. I wanted to go to that panel. So that, like, Hall H, when I think of Hall H, I'm thinking of like the creme de la creme. And that's what I wanted to go. But I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind that it wasn't Hall H because for me, like, okay, Stewart NG Books of illustration, animation, and comic art. They're a store based in Los Angeles. They brought 600 books to the convention. They have 10,000 books. I wore my Bitterroot shirt. I've been prowling, stalking their booth because there's a couple of art books that I'm like, oh, do I want to buy this or not buy this? The guy saw my shirt and was like, hey, one of the salespeople, he saw my shirt. He was like, hey, cool shirt, Bitterroot. Have you seen this? And he pulls out the fucking omnibus. And I'm like, I know what that book is. I know what Bitterroot. I got him and Stuart, the owner of the bookstore, to take a picture. And I was like, that's that thing that you're talking about, that kismet, that you're like, you don't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
You have something on, accoutrement, attract somebody, like, hey, and it's like, we're from 2 different coasts, like 2 different age rates, 2 different socioeconomic status, because this man owns a bookstore that has 10,000 books in LA. He's definitely doing better than I am right now. But we were able to talk about Bitterroot and different books, and he's like, the book that I bought, I was like, is there another 3rd edition coming out? I was like, yeah, we're going to have it on our site. That to me is like what Comic-Con is about. I'm meeting this gentleman, and I can't remember what his name is, but he was telling me about Manta Magi, Bloodlines. I saw his booth. You can find him on The Legend of the Manta Magi. Can you say that?
Manta Magi? Manta Magi?
Yeah, okay.
Magi, maybe Manta
So,
Magi.
Television director Eric Dean Seatons. This is his book. He sold me on this when he said, the last person you want to be a superhero becomes a hero. And I did a quick little interview, did a quick little bird, check it out on our Instagram. Did you watch the ABC show Ted? What's that show?
Better Off Ted?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the black guy's name?
Oh
That
gosh,
was,
Malcolm something?
he was there at the booth.
Malcolm Barrett?
He was there at the booth.
What's his name, Malcolm Barrett?
He was
I'm
at
about
the
to be real
booth.
excited. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a good pool.
Like I was like, so I got to see him. I went to the Whatnot. They took over this whole bar.
That guy?
Yes,
Okay,
Malcolm
cool.
Barrett was there. Yes.
Good.
He was there. I was like, holy I was like, oh yeah. He was
Wait,
like,
is he allowed to be here?
yes, because he's not promoting anything.
Oh, it's
He was
like,
just-
yeah.
so he knows. Again, this man, Eric Dean Seaton. So Eric Dean Seaton is a.
I was hoping you got like a photo of the person since it's not
It's on the
photos.
Instagram page. I don't have a picture.
I was like, because this isn't like the person
This
you're
is
pointing
his-
at. This is not
this
Sea
is-
Dog, Say Dog. That's not him.
This is. I don't have a picture of the man.
Now you should do better. Let's see who watches this.
That's why your laptop's is shit.
Okay, just say, let's see who watches
You
this.
got touch screen. How about that?
Okay.
How about that? Anyway, so
You don't got nothing because you're gonna go be there soon.
first of all, I'll be there till Thursday.
Okay.
But it was so cool to see Malcolm Barrett there. And like I said, I went to Whatnot. You know, and I got to meet Jim Mick. You know, he has hair now. I don't know if you guys know that. He was bald. He looked like Everlast, and now he has hair. It's like, I'm not used to seeing you with hair. I got to meet his wife, you know, because he includes her. And he always talks about the hobby should fund itself. And so I picked up an action figure. I guess to me, that's the Comic-Con for me. Just going to all these different places and meeting all these different people and seeing people. Oh, I told you, I got to see Max Schofield
Mhm.
From IGN. I got to meet Brian Altano.
Altana.
Thank you.
Mhm.
They were just on the floor. I saw Hakeem,
Mhm.
but I was trying to catch him, but I wasn't able to. And then I came back to the Hasbro booth. I got to meet Robo, the fucking Foosh. I got to meet Robo, talk to him. It was just so cool to see people that you see online.
Yeah.
You see people doing stuff. I got to meet the guys from IGN. You know, you watch them every week. I watch Max Schofield on the PlayStation VR. I got the next gen console to watch the show he does, and then today, by the time you watch it, it'll be the day before. I got to watch them unveil the new HasLab, which is the ghost ship from Rebels, and I got to see him work, Max Schofield work, and like do interviews, do video. And it was just so cool. Like that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy.
And I think he retweeted you, right? Or he responded to your
responded to
Instagram
my
comment, whatever.
Instagram, yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Because I was like, one day I want to be that good and smooth. Like this dude was doing, like he was doing look lives. That's, basically where you do something that makes it look like it's live. Called look live. He was just knocking them out. You remember the time it took me 17 takes? Yeah, really good.
I was like,
Michael was not nice about it.
I was trying to unlock your potential. I realized that didn't work.
Michael's coaching style is probably outlawed now.
I mean, I didn't hit you.
No, you hit me with words, sir. The things you said in HR would not allow you to say.
I mean, we don't work for the same company anymore now, so it
Some
don't
of it
matter.
was racist.
It definitely wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't.
Some of it, if he wasn't black and he said that, he didn't like it.
That it ain't no way in the world. I'm trying to think anything else.
Oh,
We're only halfway done with Comic-Con, so I mean, we'll have more. What?
Tell the people what brought you to Comic-Con. Like the first time you came, what was that experience like? Like, why should someone come to this?
God.
Like, because
The very first time I came to Comic-Con was as a volunteer.
and why should someone go to a comic book convention or a convention in general? Not just
I mean, it's fun and get you out of your comfort zone. You can meet new people. I don't remember when this was. It probably wasn't the first Comic-Con I went to, but one of the Comic-Cons. A Comic-Con in general, you can find. I mean, if you're into pop culture stuff overall, you'll be able to find different things that you like. For me, for example, I really liked the TV show Supernatural that went for 13 seasons or whatever. I didn't know it existed until like season 5 or season 6. And that's only because it was a part of Hall H
Mhm.
the same year that I think Matt Smith had filmed one of the seasons of Doctor Who, and they were a Hall H panel. And so generally the way it works is if there's a panel you want to see, you probably want to be in line to watch 3 or 4 panels beforehand because you don't know if you're going to be, if the cutoff will stop or whatever. So I wanted to see the Doctor Who panel, but I needed to be in line for other stuff. So I ended up coming in and seeing Supernatural panel. I think I saw Teen Wolf panel, probably saw the Glee panel. And granted, even stuff like, I don't really care about Teen Wolf. I like Glee because I like musical stuff, but I don't really care about, yeah.
Watch it with my wife.
I didn't really care about Teen Wolf, but it was interesting just to hear people talk about their craft.
People like Teen Wolf, man.
Oh, for sure.
They have a fan base. Don't fuck with them Teen Wolf.
Didn't know anything about Supernatural. But once I saw it, I was like, oh, I kind of like Supernatural. And that kind of got me into it. So, I mean, when you go to these different conventions and if you're willing to put yourself out there, you will definitely find something. I mean, she went on the show at that point, but yeah, sure.
She wasn't?
No. She wasn't like a regular. She came in like maybe season 8 or 9 or something. Okay. And she only was there for like 2 or 3 seasons.
No, I thought she was a bigger deal on the show. Because
she was the big bad of a season, maybe 2 seasons, but she wasn't like.
Whenever they introduced Emily Swallow, friend of the show, we've interviewed her. Check out other videos that we've done with her. Mm-hmm. That shit in short. Probably would have got more traction. We're still learning how to do this, y'all. If you want to help us, like, comment, and subscribe right there. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Threads.
There you go. Read all your stuff.
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Threads. We trying y'all. We trying YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff.
We're trying all this. Anyway, so you talked about coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Was San Diego Comic-Con your first convention ever, or had you been to other conventions? Because again, this big.
I don't remember.
Don't take this wrong way. For you to like fly across the country by yourself, that was big for you, right? Was it? Or
I don't know. I just like, let's do it.
I'm asking. I guess what I'm saying is.
And I can't remember who. Because see, I've been to 2 Comic-Cons with you. I went to a Comic-Con with another coworker when I worked at Watch Fox. We went, and I went one time. When I volunteered, did he go with me twice or once? I can't remember. I think I've only been to Comic-Con by myself 2 times. I feel like every other time, usually at least one other person comes with me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really think about the fact that I was just going to Comic-Con. I think it was just, hey, let's go, let's try it out. The biggest thing is when you're talking about San Diego Comic-Con is just finding a way to get in the door. The easiest way, or probably the less stressful, is to volunteer, but you have to be on that list looking every time because that volunteer list fills up super quick. Yeah. But if you volunteer every day, you get a pass for that day. Also, whatever convention you go to, especially this one, and we're talking about this one right now, whatever convention you go to, thank the volunteers. That's something every panel I've gone to, every time I talk to someone who is big, Ashley Eckstein made a point on the panel I went to today. They made a point to thank the volunteers. Every time I've talked to someone, we always thank the volunteers because they make the con function. They're the people who do the thankless tasks. And yes, there are perks to it, but they're the people who keep it going. Mm-hmm. So I think whenever you see somebody, thank the volunteer staff because they are a big part of your experience and making sure that this experience continues to happen. Mm-hmm. Something else I want to bring up. I can't think of it right now. Oh, this is one of the bags that they gave us. And you see, it's so many different bags, but here it is. I don't even know what my bag is. I can't even remember. I think my bag might be American Dad. You asked me when I got it. I was out with the bag and I kept it in. Yeah. So I wanted Abbott Elementary. I'm gonna tell you right now. Everything that I got from the first time we've come, I still have Star Trek Beyond shirt. It's a sleeve shirt. The neck is worn out, but I still have that shirt. The first T-shirt I bought from Night Owl Inc. It is Soundwave DJ, and there's another version of it was Darth Vader DJ and like the Rebels and Stormtrooper breakdance. I still have that shirt. I still wear it. So yeah, it's if
I'm not telling you to go to San Diego Comic Con. They don't need the money. Trust me, they're good. But I will tell you, get out of your comfort zone, like Michael said, and go to a convention because for me personally, I deal with anxiety. I'm not a big fan of crowds. I have to take breaks. I have to leave, do something else. This was a big step for me, but I still enjoyed it and love coming out here. We're going to conventions. We've been to Heroes Con, we've been to San Diego Comic Con, Heroes Con, SC Comic Con, Soda City Comic Con coming up in August. They're an experience. I enjoy it every single time I come.
Indeed.
But I will admit, with everything going on in my personal life, I almost didn't come. I almost canceled the trip just because there was so much stuff going on. And I'm glad that I did because I have been enjoying it.
So in the end, Leroy said, F my family. I'm going to go have fun.
First of all, I did say that. And
That's
I
what he
want
said.
to point out, this is a family event. I have been really excited to see the families. Like, I miss my kids being out here. I miss my wife because I see so many kids. One of the most precious moments I saw was a little kid dressed as Boba Fett, and he saw like a line of people who were taking pictures who were Star Wars characters, and he ran up and he pointed at one of them, and it was just like, and like all the cosplayers stopped and they took pictures of him. Like it was so magical. That's the one thing that I want one day with my kids to be able to like take them to this place. Maybe not this one. This is expensive. Y'all may have to stay home. I don't know if I can afford that. Me and Katie may come, but it was so nice, like seeing these kids run around with different costumes and knowing these characters. It really is a family event, so I really enjoyed it. I miss my kids. I miss my boys. Really here. Miss my wife, but it couldn't come this time.
It couldn't come this time. Maybe next time. Folks, we've been going for about an hour. We may, who knows? This will definitely go up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Could we do another live thing on Saturday?
That's
Maybe.
big for you, sir.
Who knows? I mean, we'll see. Leroy's trying to get me out here Saturday.
I'm trying.
We'll see how much I'll actually do. But until next time, folks, we will see y'all later. Y'all know where to find us. Let me see if I can find all the different stuff that they keep changing stuff around.
It's right there. You have it up. It's on Instagram.
No, that's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for the thing that just says the in streaming. There we go. All right. We out.
Deuces.